Alright guys, so in this video I'm going to go over some more in-depth architectural tools. So I'm basically going to do the same thing I did for the first architectural video, plus a few bonus little things. This time I'm going to take a little bit different approach. I'm going to start with my levels. We're going to do grids later. So right now I'm going to make my level 2 12 feet, make it a little bit taller. And then I'm going to copy that up 12 more feet, so I have 2 stories now. Once I do that, I need my level 3 on my floor plans over here. So I'm going to go to the View tab up top, Plan Views right here, Floor Plan, and level 3 is the only one that shows up because that's the only one I don't have a floor plan for right now. So I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. And now I have floor plan level 1, level 2, and level 3. So I'm going to go back to level 1, and this time we're going to start by just drawing our walls. So let's see if I can do this freehand. Let's go, I don't know, 25 and 15. I'm going to go 25 again, and then let's go here at 25, 15, and do that. So I have this odd little gap here. All I'm going to do is tab up here, and there's this nice tool that AutoCAD doesn't have, and it's kind of a corner tool. So if you click that or hit TR, it's just going to make a corner out of whatever 2 lines or walls you pick. So I'm going to click this one, and it automatically does that corner for me. Next thing I want to do is I want to put a curved wall in here. The way I'm going to do that is, let's see, if I hit the wall tool again, up here right underneath modify place wall, there's all these different wall options. I'm going to try this 3-point and go from the midpoint to the midpoint and do a slight curve. And then I'm going to use that corner tool again to get rid of that little interior piece. Now I have something that's a little bit different from what we did the first time. Let's see, let's make this wall a curtain wall. So I'm going to scroll down, select curtain wall here. And curtain walls don't really like being curved that much. So you can get them to work. It's going to work a lot better once I partition it. So let's do that. Vertical grid, let's go 3 feet. Horizontal grid, let's go 7. Once you partition it, it should go back to being a curve. And while we're here in 3D, I'm going to change my detail level to fine, and let's go to a shaded view, just so it's easier to see what's going on here. So that's the shape we got going on right now. So, got a curtain wall here. Putting doors in a curtain wall, a little bit different than normal. If I go architecture door, it's not going to work. So the way you do this is first we have to load in the special type of door. So go insert, load family, find your doors, and there's a curtain wall double glass, curtain wall double storefront, and single glass. Might as well just load all 3 of those in. It'll take a second to load them in, but then you hover over a grid line, start hitting tab until it selects the pane you want. Go ahead and click it, and you should be able to change that individual panel to one of the doors. So, for example, curtain wall single glass, and now that one is a door. And I can always flip it from a plan view just like normal. Okay. Windows are the same as normal here. There's no new tricks for that. I can go ahead and load new windows in if I want to. So if I go Insert, Load Family, scroll on down to Windows, and let's say, what we want. Say, this one's fine. So we load that in, we go Architecture Window, and it's the default one right there. Okay. Go ahead and put a floor on this. So I'm going to go back to my level 1 floor plan, get floors, and select my exterior walls here. And then hit the green check mark. Now I get this error because on curtain walls, when you have them already in place, it typically doesn't automatically snap into a closed loop. So I'm just going to hit continue, zoom in a little bit, and I'm going to use our lovely corner tool again just to snap these two together here. Now we have our floor. Now we're getting somewhere. Next thing, let's add a second floor. So floor again on floor plan level 2. And we're just going to do the same thing we just did. Double check that everything's closed here. And I'm going to say no. Now if we go back to 3D, this is kind of what we got going on. Next, let's add a little second floor outlook here. So if I go back to floor plan level 2, I'm going to select my wall tool, stay with the basic generic 8-inch. Base constraint level 2, top constraint up to level 3, and let's just do 15 feet. 15 feet's fine. The same thing in this direction. I could use the mirror tool if I wanted to here. And then let's see, we can square this off or we can round it. For now, let's just square it off. It'll be rather odd looking, but it's just an example. We got something like that going on now. Pretty ugly looking. So let's go back and just make that curtain wall. I'm going to go wall, 3 point, this point, and let's go there. And once again, let's go curtain wall 1. That looks a little bit better. Still a little bit out there, but oh well. Next, let's put a roof on it. So if I go floor plan level 3, you can see I can't really see my level below. So I have two options to see that. I could turn my underlay on, which is over here in the properties menu. Right now it's set to none, but if I go level 1 or level 2, I'll be able to see that area. The other option would be change your view range. I could change this to where I could see -1 foot there and -1 foot here. Why? Now I don't need that underlay on. So I could just shut this back off. And I can see that area. So let's go floor one more time. Click all of our little sections here. You can see we're hooked there and we're hooked over here. Let's see if we get a warning. Might as well attach them. Now let's try to put a roof on it. Same exact procedure. I'm just going to select these elements here. If I can align this. Pretty sure we're going to get an error if I put these lines in, but let's give it a shot. Nope, worked. Now we have this really out there looking roof, but it'll work for now. Adds a little bit of character. So next thing, let's just add a couple doors up top. Door tool. Place some doors there, going inside. Let's see. We could add a railing along this outside edge. And railings are very easy to use. You just typically draw a linear line. So if I just draw a straight line here and hit the green check mark, it will place a railing wherever I want. So if I want this to be a balcony, I can just place railings along this outside. I can align it to this edge if I want. Some of you might want to do that. Some of you might not. So for the sake of time, I'm not going to put them all the way around. Next thing we're going to do is let's add a staircase. So I'm going to go back to floor plan level 1. Under the architecture tab, there's this stair button. And then I can do a spiral stair or straight stair. For now, let's do a straight stair. And let's do something like this. So if I go partially up here, and then click again right here, go up a little more, click, and then one more time, if I click here, and go up to finish it. Green check mark, and then I should have a staircase. So if I go back to 3D, you can see I have a fully functional staircase, but I have a floor in the way. When you do stairs, you have to modify your floors afterwards. So I'm just going to select that floor and hit Edit Boundary. Go back to my floor plan level 2. And where it says down here, I need to cut a hole. I'm just going to cut a hole right here. And hopefully that hole has enough coverage. We'll do that. Back to 3D real quick, and you can see probably going to have to cut out this way too if I want to actually be correct with it. So you just go back, hit Edit Boundary again, and make this a little bit bigger here, and then I can use that corner tool once again just to speed things up a little bit. Sometimes you get that unjoin elements error. That's fine. You can just unjoin them. It's no big deal. So that works fine. You'd probably want to put a railing around the inside there, just for continuity's sake. That is stairs. If you want to do a spiral staircase, it's just when you hit the stair tool, you use this second option, which is a full step spiral. And if you just hover over it, it shows you how to do it. If we do it real quick, like, you just click and decide how big you want it. The wider I get, the less of a spiral there is. Then you just click and once again make a hole in your floor. So nothing too special there. Our next step would be rooms. So I would probably want to actually put interior walls in here to divide this area into rooms. But if you have different rooms and there's no divider, what you could do is use this room separator. That is, if you click on it, it just draws linear lines to divide spaces. So now that line shows up, but when I click this room button, I can name this room 1. I could have this all be room 2. Then you just double click on the room and name it wherever you want to. Later, when we do scheduling, that will actually show up on our room schedules. It'll be important later what you name your rooms. Last thing, just for completeness, is we have those two curtain walls, and they look okay, but to be technically correct, we need to add mullions to them. So all you do there is click this mullion button right here, and go all grid lines, and when I hover over these, they turn blue. You just click it, and click again. Sometimes around doors, they'll say delete elements. That's fine. So the ones it took out were the ones that were inside of this wall here, but that's okay. And that's it for placing your mullions on curtain walls. So nothing too difficult here. We did curved walls, we did a little bit more curtain wall, and we covered stairs this time. So I hope this one was pretty helpful.